Okay guys, I promised I would do a video on 20-minute product creation, and I'm going to do it right now. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that I notice when I'm just, looking around the internet and looking at websites, and I'm always picking up stuff, I'm
Well, I
always
think it's come
looking
back
at
here.
things, and
I just can't
some
believe
things really stick out. Let me
I
just
really,
switch this
well,
video off
you've come
here.
back here.
Um, it was playing in the background there. So what I've noticed here, in here with the Daily Mail .co.uk, is that whenever they do an article, you can see here both of these, they've got these bullet points here right underneath the title. Okay, pretty cool. And straight after that, they've got the share buttons, and they've got the author name. Ideally, we would like to have an image there, and they've got when it was published. Now, for a news site, that is pretty good, but I actually like it as well for um, normal websites that me and you would do as well. So 20-minute product creation, I've just sort of spotted this. I've seen it around for a while, but I thought, okay, let's just get a plugin done for this. So all I'm going to do, and this is really, really, really simple product creation, but I bet you it has enormous value that I could easily go and make 20, 30,000 product launch with it very, very, very easily. Okay, so what we want to do is we've got the headline. Let's just give it a name first. Let's just call it blog page layout. Now you're going to see me develop this. It looks very, very basic right now, but you're going to see me develop this into something completely different in some ways, and because you'll see how the thought process sort of gets triggered from this point. Okay, so we're going to call it blog post layout plugin. I'll give it a better name later. That's not my most important factor right now, and a lot of people get stuck on that. I see that time and time again. Oh, what should I call it? What should I call it? Forget it. Just freaking forget it. Just carry on. Get the ideas down. Put it get it in your mind, from your mind into this WordPad or whatever you're going to use there. Okay. So we put in headline. Okay. So the first thing I would want to do for headline is make compelling headline generator. Okay. Okay, now what I want next, before the bullet points, ideally I want a subheadline. How many times have you ever seen the ability to do a subheadline outside of sort of membership type plugins like Insta Builder and things like that? Never really. I've been looking for them and don't really find them. And some that I do find are really crappy. Okay, so we want a subheadline in there, and what we want for the headlines, we can just put in brackets. We want to be able to create IM type headline graphics. I'm going to call it graphics, but it's not really graphics. If I just go over to this guy over here, marketing and underpants, I think his name is. Yeah, some marketing and underwear. I don't even remember the guy's name. He's very, very good though. See, he's got these graphic creator suites here. I'll just open this and I'll show you what I mean. And basically all we need to do is we can not steal it from him, but we can copy from it. You can even tie it, because this is free, you can even tie into it. Okay, so we go into the free graphic creator suite, and you got the graphic creator here, CTA box here, banner ad creator here. It's one of these, I can't remember which one exactly. Okay, headline creator, open that one. Just refresh that again. For some reason it didn't want to show. Oh, okay. So it creates these kind of headlines, and it's got this kind of area here where you can play around and do different things. Now, to make that even simpler, I mean, he's obviously put a lot of work in them, and ideally he will be monetizing from that because it's such a good resource. I've been using that for a long time. You can even do banners and stuff like that in here as well. You can do these nice call to action boxes, buy buttons, etc. So if I go into, for example, let's see if I've got SEO Commando HQ WordPress dashboard. If I go into here and I go to create a new post, Add new. Obviously in my head I know exactly what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just trying to explain to you what I'm trying to accomplish here. So I would have been almost done by now. So you can see here it starts off with a headline, and if you click on this, it tells you it's a heading one and it's red graphic. Okay, so we want to be able to have that ability as well. Okay, so I'm just going to call this like for Insta Builder header, just for simplicity, because I don't really want to go and create something like this guy has done here. What is his name in it anyway? Oh yeah, Mark Hess. He's very, very good marketer, this guy. Very good. And get some really good tips from him. So let's go back to my WordPad. I'm just going to put in here Insta Builder. Basically what it's going to do, it's going to remind me to be able to do this in every blog post. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Cut off the clutter. Okay, now we want to have bullet points. I'm going to put must add bullet points and maximum 6. Okay. Then underneath that, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these into bullet points themselves so that it looks very easy for the coder to understand. Plus I'm going to give them a screenshot as well. I'll show you a tool I use to do that as well. Okay. Let's give it a number. So we're going to add the author link like they've got, but with avatar or image, right? And publish date and updated date. And this we can make optional because not everybody likes this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so after that we're going to do nice social share buttons. Must be appealing like in screenshot. Okay. Also, let's just swipe this URL. So I got out to give to a coder. And take that number 7 off there. And I can carry on from there. Okay. Just take this back a bit. Ideally we carry on number 7, yeah, that's it. Okay, and also we want to do, just see. Sections, let's follow. Sorry, my dog's in the background there and he's got a bone, could be noisy. Okay, let's just put sections as follows. So look at the way they've done the images. Images large, like in screenshot. Image of share buttons, and what I mean by that is when you hover over, it's got this nice share button here. See what I mean? Okay. Okay, before I even get there, I should actually put in here, I skipped a step there, this section here. First sentence, intro. Okay, now what I want to do in here is I want to put in something that is like a help, not like a compelling headline generator like we've done before, but just a help guide drop down. Okay, how they can start sentences. Often this is where I get stuck. when I go to write something, even when I'm writing emails and things like that for my email list, I get kind of stuck with the first sentence to start with. So what we can do is we can get some ideas from here. Let's go back up to the headline generator. Let's pull in best Twitter headlines as examples. Okay, so we can do a little bit of work. I get somebody to do some work and find the best Twitter examples. The good thing about Twitter, if I go over to Twitter, and I'll just show you exactly what I mean. If I go over to my lists, let's see if I can do it just like this. No, let's just go back to me, and let's go and find lists. Removed it. Okay, and let's go and find people, YouTube marketing, and then bloggers. Okay, this one here. Not a bad example. Let's go into the SEO one. You're looking for examples of headlines. There's no such thing as online marketing. This guy, Mobile Matters, hit 8 common mobile website pitfalls to avoid for SEO. Future SEO string entity optimization. Now, if you're an SEO sort of guy, you want to understand what the hell he's talking about, I guess. But if you look down here, what you will find often is that they've got numbers in here. You've got a lot of how-tos, how to land a guest post on high authority publications. I've seen better examples than these. This is not really a good example. Probably with the more sort of copywriting guys, you will find that people like Jeff Billis, for example, if we go and have a look at Jeff's headlines. Jeff Billis. Okay. 20 LinkedIn mistakes to avoid. 10 most important questions I get asked about. 22 social media facts and statistics you should know in 2014. This guy has done really, really well by using the numbers, for example. You could just do it with what his headlines are, and that's what I might do, just for simplicity. Just swipe a lot of Jeff's headlines as examples, just to give a drop down so that people can see, give them examples of what they can do. People can see immediately how they could get their keywords in there and do something with that. And of course, I will shoot Jeff an email or on Twitter and give him a copy, of course, see if he likes it. I'll cover that one later. So let's come back over here. So basically what we've got here is we've got a headline, we've got the bullet points, we've adding some details about the author with an image. Ideally, we're going to add some snippets to this as well. Maybe we'll add a snippet tool in there, but there's a lot of good ones for free which we don't need to muck about if we're using one of them. So it's got an introduction, it's got a graphic, it's got a middle, it's got a graphic. There's no end here, so we could add something like we can put middle, we can put end. Okay. Right, now if I created a plugin like that made this kind of thing possible with the nice graphics size here, you have to get a graphic size right, with the nice share stuff. You can see here when you right click on this, when you highlight something here, that pops up. That's really, really good. So if you highlight something, you can share. Let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, count the number of shares. Let's see, must have bullet points. Okay, did I forget? Yeah, I did. I forgot to do the social share buttons, or did I not? Ah, it's already there. With the counter, that must be overall counter. Now, this is not hard to be able to figure out how many it's got. We can easily tie into other tools and plugins that do that, but also it's been done from your site, so we can have something counting in the background. Right, okay, so that's just the basic, okay, of a sort of editor helper for creating an appealing and easy to do WordPress blog post. Okay, so we've got the headline, we've got a sub headline going to be there, and we've got the option to make it like the internet marketing kind with the different colors and stuff like that. We'll work out something better for that. And we've got our bullet points, which tells them immediately what the article is about, gets all the bullet points. People can scan it quickly. They come down, it's got nice images. It's likely to get shared because it's short. Okay, that's what I believe as well. So you want to make this just one paragraph, so we can put in here for these sections. One paragraph, and same for the middle, same for the end. So this is fast blogging, but it doesn't make it crappy blogging, does it? It makes it quite good and very easy to do. It might even encourage people to do it more often. Right, now that's a basic idea. You can see if we built a plugin that made all of this sort of automated, and all you would have to do then, if you were going to write an article, you would put a headline, you would put a subheadline, you would put the bullet points of your thought process. All this stuff would be here. All you have to do then is fill in your headline, subheadline, the bullet points, one paragraph, one paragraph, one paragraph at the end, and 2 images. Okay, and you can even make it optional to have 1 or 2. Okay, so images we will make optional. Okay, so now as it's developing, I've got another thought process when it comes to the idea of, or the idea for the name. So this is going to be short, explosive blog post content helper kind of tool, yeah? I know it doesn't make a lot of sense when I'm writing it like that. It does for me. That's the most important thing. And I will get that across to whoever my coder is. Okay, so how can we take this further? How can we put a twist on this as well? How can we make this into something really, really useful for internet marketers? It's already useful as it is if we can create something like that, because it's nicely formatted, very easy to do, and it might encourage people to do more blog posts than what they actually do. Okay, and focused blog posts as well. We can put more emphasis on the focus in here as well as we sort of develop the tool out. Now, when we start with an idea like this is what I call phase 1. Okay, so in the phase 1, I'm getting the basic details down. Between phase 1 and being written down, given to the coder, and being coded, it's kind of always in the back of my mind. And I will keep this little document here. And what will happen is that I will develop my thought process, and we will start to make a clearer picture for phase 2 as well. Okay, but I've got one idea that I think is really, really worthwhile pursuing. Okay, and that is to make this possible as being used as a sort of bonus page or a lead page towards a product offer. Okay, so let's call it a pre-sale page. The pre-sale page option. Okay, and this can be OTO. So for all the people that do email marketing, they can send people from the Aweber GetResponse onto their blog, and we can have something like a pre-sale page. Now, you've probably bought a bunch of internet marketing products. You will see people like Precious Ingwer, Susanna Teresa, Colleen Slater, all those kind of people. What they do is they send people to the blog post, and they got some information about the actual product. So again, we keep the headline, we keep the subheadline, we add the images, bullet points we like. So you can see this is building out into something really good now for somebody who is reading. Imagine being the user, imagine being not the user, the person being sent here as a possible buyer for a product launch. For example, you've got the bullet points, you've got the headline, you've got the subheadline, you've got images of the product, and we can put in here about the product creator, stars for review, and we can put in here bonus section, image for bonus, free gift for landing on this page, building, retargeting pixel. What else we can do in a call to action section with examples, something like the headline generator maybe, but we can maybe do this with some graphics already, sort of pre-coded, buttons, etc. Not hard to do. There's a ton of them out there. There's even a ton of PLR that you can just sort of pull in to a database and use those. So these kind of things are very, very easy to be able to do. And then you're structuring this out. Now you can see how useful this can actually become, because you've got your headline, your subheadline, you've got your images, your bullet points. Now think about it, that somebody has got a product that they are pre-selling, and before they go over to buy it, and you've got everybody emailing the email list, but every time consistently you have a page looking really good with the bonuses, with all these little bits of sections in here, and I probably think of a ton more for phase 2, and with the call to actions already in here for phase 1, etc. You can see how it's building out really, really nicely. Okay, so if I was going to do an OTO2 on this, OTO2, ability to export sorry, my dogs are playing with each other there, and it's really disrupting my thought process. Okay, I was going to say export, but that's not the proper word. Export the let's see, style, theme. The words are just escaping me. Design, template, that's the damn word I want. Okay, export the template. Template with pre-filled details of your own products. So if you've got a product launch, like I've got a whole bunch of softwares, on occasion I will do a proper product launch where I need affiliates. Okay, so we need a JV page and all that kind of stuff. So then we can take this further for the OTO2, where I can fill in the details and I can export it in an HTML file, and all they need to do is fill in the details for their bonuses, etc. But also I can supply bonuses, etc. So you can see it's building out quite quickly. Okay, so we're taking it from basically what was a sports page, just an idea for a sports page, into product creation, into affiliate marketing, into pre-selling, and we got something quite useful here. Okay, now how much would it cost to get a plugin like this done? Maximum $650. Probably you could get it done cheaper if you got if you get lucky like I did. I got very, very lucky with my WordPress guy. He came to me. He was from a country that you wouldn't probably think of, associate doing coding and stuff like that, and he just wrote me a very, very nice message saying, look, I know I don't have any experience on this particular platform. I think it was Freelance or Odesk or something like that, but please would you give me a chance? And I just liked the message he sent me, and I was confused about everybody else, and I thought, heck, why not? Let's just give the guy a chance. And I think we agreed that he would pay after it was done, but in the end I gave him some money up front because I didn't want him to be stuck. And he done a fantastic job, and that plugin was called Local Traffic Commando, which is quite a unique plugin. It's there's a lot of intricate things built into that, and he's been my main WordPress coder ever since, and I got very, very lucky. So don't discount people who haven't got experience, but try and negotiate a deal where you can it's not going to cost you too much if it doesn't work out. And I've even done things at times. We had a software called Video Link Commando. It's never been released as a sort of standalone product properly. I actually had two coders working on two different projects for the same tool. I told both of them, gave them both the exact same specs, and only one came through. And the one that came through is the one I least expected to come through, funny enough. And he did a good job. And that particular tool is actually in Shub SEO Commando right now, which is now part of Commando HQ. Anyway, let's carry on with this. So we got the OTO2, we've got ability to export it. That's pretty good, and it doesn't even have to be expensive. So just adding the ability to export that would be really good. Now let's put things together I call bells and whistles. Okay, what could we do with this? What could we really do with this to make it useful? Post to social networks, and this is for your own accounts. Okay, provide account creator. We've already got one anyway, so it's easy for me to do that. And that would create a whole bunch of posts that we could just, a whole bunch of accounts that we can send out. I'm going to put retweeter there because it's something that drives me up the wall. I want to be able to retweet things. Twitter can get you a lot of traffic, really a lot of traffic. If you wonder where I disappeared to for those 4 or 5 or 6 weeks that I kind of disappeared, I actually spent a lot of time on Twitter with a brand new account in a completely different niche from anything I've ever done before. And I built a huge following. Now, I'm not going to give that niche away because I'm monetizing it. But I started fresh and I did quite well. And one of the things I was really missing was ability to retweet in bulk with accounts that I controlled. But the problem there is to be able to get decent accounts that's already kind of built up. Anyway, so I spent about 4 or 5 or 6 weeks on Twitter doing content marketing. Let's see. We want to retweet it for bulk accounts. I'll just put retweeter in bulk. I can always tidy this up later. Bells and whistles, I better just make this easy to read later. What else? Oh yeah, doc sharing. Make into PDF and share. So it can go to doc sharing sites. What else we can do with it? We've got the social kind of done. So that we post into Facebook, into Twitter. Have a bunch of Twitter accounts on the software, maybe that can retweet. Okay. Share to download gift. Coming back up here, what I was talking about. Here, where I put free gift for landing on the page. Okay. And take this idea. So for example, you get an email. Somebody is promoting something. And they send you to the blog, which is a pre-sale page where you get told about the bonuses, and you get told you buy the bonus. If you buy from my link, you get this bonus. Plus, you got a nicely formatted page that gives people the details that they really need to know. Okay, so we want to put in there for this kind of thing. Costs, dime sale. Even if I had that as a checkbox, if it's dime sale, then we could have, you know, little box that has ticks. Yeah, it's a dime sale. Starting price is this or that. You can make one for refund rate, which will tell people. You can make one for thread replies, that kind of stuff. That's something I'll be going to a little bit deeper, and I'll probably actually add that in maybe in a phase 2. But you can see how it just builds out. It's very, very easy. Just let your imagination run wild. Okay. So we can have a share to download, and if you train people on your list to get a free gift every time they go to a pre-sale page, then they will probably go there just to see what it is. And you can have something that's a share to download. So if you go and look at Matt's blog, Matthew Woodward, I'll give you an example of what that looks like. He's very good at this. So we can click in here, just about any blog post that Matt ever does. If you're not familiar with this guy, go and spend some time on the site. It's brilliant. Okay. You see he does really big blog posts, but they don't have to be that big for you. You can make them small and easy. So he's got this section here at the end of the post. He's got, get my latest whatever. We can build that in as well. That's easy. And the sidebar, sticky sidebar widget. Let me just see. Okay. Download my auto approved list, guest book targets, footprints, etc. This should be a box here. Maybe it's just not loaded properly. Let me go to another one. Just scroll down. Okay, you see this box here? We want one of them. And you can even get these are PLR. I've actually got some PLR of this. Very, very, very similar that I got from Susanna Teresa actually. And it's very easy for me just to take that code and dump it in there. So something like this, share to download. So if you're giving away a free gift just for them being there, this would only work though, really, really well if you're not emailing every day. If there's some of these guys, I call them commission pimps. They email every single day, and it means that they don't know huge amounts about the product because there's products coming out too many that they can't dig into it that often. But if you were doing promotions once a week, maximum twice every 3 weeks, sort of 3 times every 2 weeks, then you could do this and you could put really nice bonuses in there, whether it's a sort of strategy video to go along with it. Sometimes you will see on my emails that I send out that I've got quick tips section. Now I really like to do that. If something comes in my mind, I think, if you put that little section in there that you can tell people, look, if you're going to use this, check that you're going to do things properly by doing this or that, or use this proxy company, or use that, or just give them a little nudge in the right direction with some tips of how you would use it yourself. And you could be able to put together a PDF with sort of quick tip section or something and just get people to share for the sake of getting a PDF, a report, a video, anything could be. Okay, so that's what I'm getting at there. Okay, so I've probably gone well over 20 minutes. Okay, but what I've got right now is something that started from here and has turned into a full-blown marketing plugin. Okay, and that's basically the 20-minute product creation. Now what I'd typically do is I will not do this on the computer. There's too many distractions. I will take a notepad and a pen. I will go to a coffee shop like Starbucks and I'm just there on my own and I don't have a computer with me, and all I do is I start with the headline. I'll show you so that it sticks in your head, because if you're going to do products, you got to think big. Okay, you got to think how to do them really, really well. It's okay to do small products, useful little products. There's nothing wrong with that. For example, I was playing with something this morning. It was backlink tool, really, really good little tool. Let me show you this instant backlink magic. You just put in keyword in here, click this button that says do magic. It goes and finds blog posts over the time period of the last week or 24 hours or whatever. You can tell that the kind of domain, if it's edit.gov or whatever, and you can tell them what search engine to look for, and it will go and find these. That's a small, easy little tool. This is typical of something I would put inside one of my suites, inside one of the tabs that I've got in the suite. So you will find when I'm doing software, it's got about 4 or 5 little tools in there, 3 or 4 tools in there sometimes. And this would be the ideal thing. That would be an additional tab within one of those tabs in Commando HQ, for example. Let me just see if I've got one of them here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. See, I've got my tabs here. Now, if I open Tube Research Commando, you're going to see in here that I've got all these different tabs. We can get the keywords data, and we can check the channel's page rank. I could add in there to check the Moz rank, things like that. You know, whatever. Yeah. I'm not even sure we can do that for videos, to be honest. But anyway, but you can see that I've got multiple tools within one. This is typical of something I would put inside one of my tools. So it would be there with another sort of 3 or 4 tools. But you know, nothing wrong with doing something like that. And I've seen little products like this do really, really well, where they can go and make 50 grand launches for people just because they've got a decent funnel behind them. Okay, and that way they can work very, very well. Okay, so you could actually build this out to do more, and I could sit there and map it out and do a sort of copycat of this, but take it further. And there's nothing wrong with doing that either. As long as you're going to take it a little bit further, you're going to put your own voice into it, your own strategies into it. You can take the base and work from there. But anyway, let's go back. When I go to the coffee shop, what I do, paper and pen, and I start with this headline. What would the ultimate be like? Add anything in there at all, anything. So recent one that I've done, Hangout traffic software suite. Okay, I did that not so long ago, maybe about 3-4 months, and we've now got Hangout Traffic Commando right there, selling at $497 with the Hangout publisher, which is, you know, really, really popular. Okay, so I can insert in here. I can put in here YouTube SEO suite, or I can put in here Twitter content marketing and influence reach. So actually I would just take that right back. Twitter, massive traffic. So okay, something like that. And what I would do then for Twitter, let's say for Twitter, because I've never done one before, what we want to be able to do there, we want to be able to search for top, let's call them influencers. These are the people within a niche. Okay, any niche. Now again, we can tie into other tools. There's one called BuzzSumo, for example, and you can tie into that. There's nothing wrong with that, but give them some credit for it. Search for top posts by keyword. Now I would take that further, and I would put and by theme. Okay, what I mean by theme is like, for example, how to lose weight fast. Could be the theme for something like Atkins diet, for example, which is more specific of a sort of diet type. So we take it from there and we just build it out and build it out and build it out, always with this in mind. What would the ultimate blah 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 be like? And we carry on from there and we just take it further. And that's exactly how I did the very first tool, Tube SEO Commando. And that's how we did Hangout Traffic Commando, and that's how I do a lot of my stuff. I just go there peace and quiet, nobody bothering me whatsoever, sit there, have a coffee, cup of tea, whatever, watch the people go past, and I'm not in a hurry. I can sit there for hours, and when I come out of there, I will have it all mapped out pretty much more tidy than what I did here with this 20-minute demo. But if I take this and I give this to my WordPress coder, then I can go over this with him. I can give him the screenshot of something like this. I use this tool here. Now let me see. Cancel that one. Capture the entire page, maybe. Yeah. This is called Awesome Screenshot Capture and Annotate. Okay, what it's doing is it's capturing the whole screen. But what I can do, I can take this and I can send it to my coder. Headline, want to be able to do that in different colors, remember. I can add some text in here. Subheadline. Doing some text again. It's almost like a curation tool, the way you would do curation like this. And you just make sure that he understands everything. And I cannot get the share buttons in here, but I can just give him tell him on a call to do that. We've got paragraph, and we want to put another paragraph in here. I'll just put that in the text. So he's got a visual. Like that. I'll go back to this one. Yeah. Okay, just have to type it in. Okay, so by the end of it's gone through this funnel, they've got about 3 different tools, and one in really useful. Okay, now what I would do with that as well is, as a product creator, when I want affiliates to email from me, I can give this out free. I can give them the pre-sale bonus pages already formatted nicely for them. I can give them the tool so they can go and do the same themselves. I can give an advanced version of that tool. I can take that even into phase 2, phase 3, so that they get that if they email. And you know, things like that, you can just encourage people to promote for you and stuff like that very, very easily. Okay, so we've sort of highlighted everything. We've told them what we want, and we've got, let's just get on this social share button thing here because it's kind of important. Okay, now I would not pay more than $650 for that. I would not expect to wait for more than 3 weeks for that to be done, maximum. Could even be done in 2 weeks. It's actually quite simple if you got these elements here done. The hardest part here is the graphics, but as I mentioned before, there's a whole bunch of graphics about. So okay, we've probably been carrying on for quite a while. We're in 42 minutes, almost a webinar type of time. But anyway, I wanted to do this so that I can encourage people to go ahead and think about doing products for themselves. And you know, when I'm looking at this, I'm what appeals to me immediately when I start to see something like that I want to create around is that it's something I want to use myself. It's something I would use myself. Okay, now you will find that there is a lot of people that will do launches, and the launches that they do are basically with products that are just good enough to get away with the launch. Okay, in other words, in my language, they are just short of shit. Okay, sorry for being rude, but that's what I call them, and I say it quite openly, often as well. To say another just short of shit kind of product. They're built for launches. They've got no intention of taking them any further. They'll go and get a bunch of affiliates, email them for them. If they're selling it really cheap, they're doing it to build a list. If they're selling it maybe sort of mid-price, $27, $37 for sort of WSO type of offer, then they're doing it to get the affiliates on board. They will put a sales funnel behind it. Usually the sales funnel will have the previous products that they've promoted the shit out of before as well. And it just carries on like that. But what we find, and what you did see there, but what you might not have noticed there, is that all my softwares, whenever I do a launch, they're in 3 versions. Okay, and we take the basic version. Let me show you a very, very good example of that right now. If I go back over to Hangout Traffic Commando, and I'll go into one called Tube Silo Commando, which used to be called Tube Linko Commando. Okay, and we started off with the Tube Link wheel, and we added, for OTO1, we added the RSS. We added the chimp feeder, which mashes up the RSS feeds. And I think we added something like the social adder. There was more, I can't remember the exact funnel, but I had created 3 different versions of this. So there was the front end, there was the OTO1, and there was the OTO2. And we had priced it that it was about $37 for the front end, but another 27 for the OTO, or 37. It all came out to under $100 anyway. I think it was about $75, $76 if they bought the whole funnel, which was kind of deliberate because we thought $77 would be what this tool is worth. But when you're doing something like a WSO like we did, you want to break it down into to get people into the funnel initially. You want to make the OTO1 a no-brainer as far as it's sexy enough with the features. Now, if you're doing SEO software, it's really good because SEO guys like features. You don't need to do the hyper benefits with SEO guys. This is just my opinion and what I find. And I'm used to being able to get 40% conversions onto the OTOs, and I know how to increase that now as well. So what we will find then when we get into that OTO1 is we will price it low enough to make it a no-brainer. Okay, the job of the OTO1 is to force the sale and get people onto the OTO2. If they try to move away from the OTO1, you present them with a downsell, either of a lower price with maybe a couple less features, which I don't like to do because you've got too many versions. Alternative is, and the best way to do it is offer them either OTO2 and OTO3 together as a joint price, so they don't actually miss the OTO2, sorry, the OTO1 and OTO2 together as a downsell, or just offer them the OTO2, okay? And you can do that at whatever the same price as what the OTO2 would be anyway, okay? And it's just very, very easy to do it that way, and that way you don't have too many different versions of the software. And if I give you another example down here, you can see the search and click tool. If I come over to the home screen here for that, you can see down here we've got enter new license. That's for people that want to upgrade. So for example, they bought the front end and they got search and click, but they want the viewer, for example, and they think, okay, I want to upgrade. Then they would get the upgrade license and we put it in here. Just click on that, add the license, verify, restart the software, and the extra features would apply. And it's all in one application. Okay, so it's very, very easy to do those kind of things as well. Anyway, I hope it's been useful. I kind of rambled a little bit, but creating software ideas is kind of rambling in your head anyway, so it just makes sense to me. But remember this one, what would the ultimate whatever be like? Okay, go into a coffee shop, sit down, write it down, and really maximize it. Let your imagination run away with you. Your coder will be able to tell you what he can and cannot do, and a very, very good coder will get the idea, he will get the strategy, he will get what you're trying to do, and he will figure out how to make it work. I know nothing, absolutely nothing about project management for these kind of things, except for to say to my coder, here's the checklist, make sure all of it's done, give me a tested deliverable, give me the time, approximate time, give me the cost, and we agree it all. I don't pay them per hour, never. I just think, no, I did that before, and some guy just went on for hours and hours and it cost me a lot of money. If they're not willing to do that, walk away. You don't need to be there, just walk away and just say, no, sorry, I don't work like that. And he will say, no, I don't work like that either, and fine, we agree to disagree. Just walk away, don't waste money. They will take your money and they will cost you more money. Okay, so that's it. But try and think about the free version. Okay, the 3 different versions for your funnel. It converts very, very well. And try and just let your mind run wild. Just let your imagination run wild, and you can come up with these kind of things very, very easily. So if I was to do this myself without talking, I guess that would have taken me a maximum 15 minutes, and I would get that over to my coder with the screen share, talk to him on Skype on a call, go through that web page and just reiterate what I just reiterated and just what I showed you, and he would get it, he would understand it, and he would give me a cost, he would give me a time frame. I would not go more than $650. I would not wait for longer than 3 weeks. We would have a plugin, I would release it, and there you go. But of course, before you release it, you need to do things like JV pages, you need affiliates to be able to get decent sales, you need to get your copy done, etc., etc. Those are the kind of things that I cover when I'm doing product launches, sort of consulting. We did it with Holly. Holly did very, very well. Now I'm not going to sort of claim any, if it couldn't be done without me type of thing. Holly had a fantastic product. She had a very, very good personality in the webinars. It converted well because it was a great product. It sounded very, very easy to be able to do. She made it sound easy enough to be able to do. She was upfront about what the cost would be to be able to get GSA and all those other tools and VPS and all that kind of stuff. But what we did do for Holly is we managed to help her to structure the product in her mind. We managed to, and I wrote the copy for her, gave her a membership site we built for her, put all that kind of stuff together, give her licensing, access to go to webinar, and gave her the first audience that made sales. And we did 3 or 4 different webinars, and we just made a noise. We actually did quite a good pre-launch, and it was kind of accidental parts of it, but we maximized when we realized what was going on, when we realized there was a demand there for it. So that kind of stuff I do with the product launch consulting. You can see just exactly where we go from there. And even this part as well, if I think you've got an idea that's pretty weak, I will sit down with you and go through this kind of thing with you. But it's not something I want to do on a daily basis. It's because it's time consuming, and I hate chasing up people to get stuff done. So you have to take responsibility for your own product. But if you're interested, then there will be details underneath this video on my blog. If you're watching this on YouTube, get over to anthonyhayes.me and you will see details. It will cost $2,000 because I don't want time wasters. Really, really don't want time wasters. And if you don't think you can make more than $2,000 in a product, you're even going to make that probably even from my list anyway if I mail it. And I'm not going to take a project unless I think it's very, very good or can be made into very, very good. And you can just take things from there. Now, ideally, I want to work with people who want to do SEO products. That's better for me. But although this one had nothing to do with SEO really, I just saw something and I knew I had to do this video, so I just latched on it and fired up Camtasia, and here we are. We've got a new tool going to be out in about 3 or 4 weeks by the time I negotiate that today with my coder. So if you're interested, then you can contact me, but it will cost $2,000 to get me even started on it. Plus there will be a commission percentage as well of 10%. Okay, that will be done within JVZoo or Zaxa. Every sale, I get 10% of what you get. Basically, it can all be programmed, and that can get you up and running. Now, Holly's done fantastically well, and she's gone well over 100 grand with her product. I don't expect everybody will get that. She just had a very, very, very appealing product, and we were just lucky to be there at the right time and the right place to be able to really nudge that one. But she also got a lot of affiliate contacts from me as well. I've got a Skype group with video marketing guys in there, product creators, people like Bill Cousins, Ray the Video Guy, Todd Gross, Josh Ratter. They're all in there. Sam Becker, all of them are all in there. And she got a huge amount of sales from those guys as well, who I introduced her to as well. So yeah, we had quite a significant part of helping her get up and running and to be able to do that. But you know what, the good thing about Holly, she had no hesitation to contact those people and start the conversation with them and get them, and she stuck with them until they actually gave her the webinar. So you've got to have that kind of attitude as well if you want to do 6-figure launches. For all this stuff that I can do for people, I'm not going to make your product for you, and I'm not going to do your affiliate recruitment for you, but I would sort of nudge you in the right direction, give you the right contacts. But it's up to you. You've got to have your own personality. I cannot go to an affiliate, say please mail for him or her. I can suggest it and give them the stats from the sales and say, like, this is converting at 27%, it's making $15 EPC and stuff like that, which we were doing for Holly, and that got people interested. And plus there's a trust factor. If it's coming from me and these guys know me pretty well, then that gets the first and second and third one in there, and it kind of escalates, it spirals from there. But she had a fantastic product. It converted really well, and she really did run with it very, very well, and she still is. So good luck to Holly with that one. She's done brilliantly, and yeah, that's kind of people that will make it in product creation, and you'll be able to pull out 6-figure launches if you've got that ability to get affiliates to email for you every time you've got a great product. Okay, so I've spoken enough. It's probably, yeah, almost an hour now. Okay, any questions, you can put them in the comments in the blog. I will get in there and answer, but it won't be immediate. Don't expect me to be sitting there at the keyboard waiting for your question. When I see it, I will answer. Okay, that's it. Thanks. Bye.